I thought, like, if I listen to your music, I don't know if it's okay, but I compare like a drug. If you let it flow, you kind of reach another kind of world. Are you sometimes surprised how your music gets to your fans?
Yeah, every time. Yeah, it's always strange. It's hard for us to think we spent 4 years at university just playing to our friends, and our friends said it was good. But, your friends always say that, unless they're knobs. Then, so we didn't really know, and we were sort of making this album, and we came out with it, and I didn't expect the reaction that we've had, no. Some people, especially when we're playing live, look like they're in some sort of higher state of consciousness.
Yeah, sometimes you play festivals where the entire crowd is just silent, and you sometimes worry, like, do they just hate it, like, but I think it's just because they're in kind of like a trance, and like you can feel it, and like it makes you play in a certain way as well. It makes you play more precisely, and you're more aware of the sounds and things. So yeah, it can affect people quite a lot.
Does it still affect you in a kind of way if you listen to your own music?
Yeah, well, for me, I don't listen to the album anymore.
I want to interrupt because someone's playing Queens of the Stone Age in here, and I'm wondering whether it's Queens of the Stone Age playing themselves, or a different band playing Queens of the Stone Age, trying to lure Queens of the Stone Age over to them.
Yeah, maybe. I hope it's them.
Would it be weird if you play yourself here? Like, listen to your own music? Yeah.
If I walked into a room and a band were playing their own record, I'd think they were completely narcissistic. I think they were really, really strange.
Yeah, that would be weird. So why are you doing that? But each to their own.
I do understand. Like, if I listen sometimes to my own voice, it sounds so weird. And if you always have a lot to do with your thing you work, I guess it could be like you just want to have a little bit of distance, maybe.
I still enjoy listening to our record, but rarely. I won't do it a lot. I might listen to one track every now and again, like months in between. But I still enjoy it, listening to it. But I don't want to not enjoy it, so I don't listen to it very much.
You mentioned your friends earlier, that they supported you a lot during university time. Is there somebody that told you, like, I told you so, it's really good, why didn't you listen? So you would be earlier on even, touring at festivals.
I don't know if there's, I don't know. Have you had anyone say that?
No, not really. Like, people could just say that, but then, that's just them trying to be cool, but like, I don't know. We've always had really good support, and I suppose we never believed that we could get as far as we have. And I suppose, we never really see our friends anymore, so it does feel like a different experience anyway. Like, from what we are now and from what we were then, like, it's not what we thought it would be. It's not what they thought it would be, but it is still amazing. So I don't know.
Do you sometimes miss university?
Yeah, I really missed university. Actually, it was so it was so easy. Looking back, it was actually very, very easy. I think that we've just been on tour for like a year and a half, so we've just been working really hard. Worked much harder in a band than I ever did at university.
Probably put your heart and soul, and not so much at the university. Or I don't want to conclude on you. I'm just talking about some people I know.
I don't know. I think it's because there's less choice involved in working hard in this than there is at university. You've got sort of like a big team around you. You've got to just push.
So are you all done with the university?
Yeah.
So is it going to be touring for a lot of more years, or do you see yourself really practicing the thing you studied?
I'd like to be practicing I'd like to be making music, not touring very much, and maybe making some things.
Yeah, we're touring now until October, and then we're going to start writing again. We're writing now, but we're going to concentrate just on writing for the rest of the year, like the second album, and that's going to be great. And I think by that time we'll need to stop touring because we've been doing it for so long. And I think by the time the second album is written and finished and out, we'll probably want to tour again. And it's about getting a balance, like we work on music on our own, on our laptops before you came in, just purely because it gives you a balance and it keeps your mind, keeps your creative kind of aspirations going. And you've got to learn to do that. Like, a lot of bands just tour and get drunk and fucked every day, and then they're screwed. So,
didn't you enjoy those sides of touring? Drinking a little bit more, partying.
I think I enjoyed them at the beginning, and now they've worn very thin. I think there's only so many days a week you can be hungover and sort of be all right with that. I think that now I'm pretty boring on tour. I don't really go out much. I just stay in working on things, and I prefer it. That's kind of what I was like at university. You start touring, you're like, yeah, we're in a band, so you need to do stuff every night. And now I've realised, actually, that's not really me. And I'm much, much happier just getting on with things by myself.
I guess you're surrounded by people, so having time for your own, it's probably important.
I think that's the hardest thing to get on tour, is just alone time.
So what else, except music, do you still like doing? Is there something?
We don't really have any time to do many other things.
No, I mean, like, in terms of artwork, no, like, I did painting, so there's no way I could do that on tour. I just wouldn't have. I don't have time, and I don't have the space, so I can't really do that. But I mean, we're involved in music all the time, but we still enjoy it, and we know it better now, and like we have different things to work on, and I mean, we're always learning. And I think that's, for me, that's the good thing, is like I want to learn as much as I can so that I'm prepared, and like back yourself up as well. And I'm perfectly happy with what we're doing now. Yeah.
Do you think it's possible to combine your painting with maybe your new album, like for every song, for your cover or something?
Maybe not. Well, yeah. I mean, if you wanted to, you could. But I think maybe. No. Well, there's different meat. Like, I thought about, we could put on a show maybe in like a huge white room, and then project images or just colours on all four walls, and then we'd play the show and make it more of like an experience as opposed to just band audience. Make it more of like more of an interaction, stimulate people in different ways. That's art, that comes from the same idea maybe. So yeah.
I do notice you have a lot of, you think your ideas properly. I think your album is, if you listen to every song, you think, wow, it's really good. But if you listen to the whole album, you see it as kind of it's a story. It's way more behind. The songs fit together. Have you done this on purpose, or did it just came out?
I think it's, as always, it's probably a bit of both. We spent a long time all writing our own track listings for the albums. Because we really couldn't work out how we meant to do it, really, how we meant to make it into an album. And I think it was just a very, very disciplined editing process that brought it down to that track listing and that sort of structure with the interludes. And the interludes were really a really important idea to sort of link songs that we knew wouldn't necessarily fit together if you went from one to the next. It would just feel weird. So it's on purpose, but there's always a bit of luck.
Yeah, it made sense to do that. Like, we couldn't have ever just put in a random order and then left it. We had to listen to it in that order, and it is a whole piece of work, and not just like, look, this is what we sound like kind of thing.
So it sounds good. You want to do the same procedure for your next album?
Yeah, I think otherwise it's not an album. Otherwise you might just release like a collection of songs you've been working on and not call it an album.
It's often that bands have just a collection of songs. It's so respect for that, doing it really good. I like that. So the video to Breeze Blocks proves one other point of view that I have. You have to watch it 2 times till you understand really what's about. And I also think your songs, you have to listen maybe 2 times to get even the feeling or what's behind it. How can you make this? Like, it's really cool. You push people to think.
I don't know. How did we do that?
The video, that came from the director. That was his idea for the video, and we kind of checked in with him now and again and made sure it wasn't shit, which it wasn't, and it was brilliant. It just worked like that, and it just happened to be Yeah, I don't know.
But do you want to give inputs to people so that they think? Or is it just a feeling that you want to give?
I don't think that should be like some sort of mission statement or aim. Like, I don't think as a band we've got together and been like, we need to challenge people's intellects. I think that if people are challenged by it, that's great. That's good. I think it's good to be challenged by things, but we don't have an aim to sort of like twist people's minds, or enlighten them somehow. It's not what we've set out to do.
People are influenced by different things as well. Like, different albums make people feel different ways, and ours just happened to hit a nerve with a particular group of people, and it happens to be a big group of people.
The trendy word would be resonate. It resonated.
Cross culture.
There you go.
Cultures.
Okay. And 1.5 year touring, making music. How did it influence you, like, for your personality? Did you change?
Yeah, I think so. I think that if I meet my friends, I think I'm pretty much the same person. I think people have different personalities for different areas of their life. I don't mean that in like kind of like a two-faced way. I just mean it in like, with some people you have a different sense of humour than you do with other people. And I think that I definitely am a pretty confident person now, probably more confident than I was. And I'm very proud of what we've done. Very proud of what us as a group of friends have achieved in the last year. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I agree. Like, in certain situations, I'm the same. I've gained a lot of confidence as well. I can now talk to anybody, and I've got no problem what they think about me. Like before, I was maybe a bit shy, or maybe I thought people were better than me, that kind of thing. Especially in this environment, it can be quite intimidating. And now I know that if they don't like it, then they can fuck off. It doesn't matter. I'm a lot more driven. Like I work harder now than I ever have, because you have goals that you can actually see and achieve, and that's never really happened before. And opportunities that I would never have been given if it wasn't through what we've done. So yeah, I feel much happier as a person.
One last tiny questions. I noticed your drum set. It has no, I don't know, cymbals. Do you call that? Yeah. You want to tell us why?
Well, that's because when we got together in university, we didn't have much room where we were practicing, and so it was just a kick and a snare drum that I used originally, and then a saucepan which I tied to my leg and used that as like a hi-hat, because it had a nice sound and it kept the rhythm. And then we started playing live, and I actually used the saucepan, I mounted it onto like a stand, and then it just stayed like that. We never needed cymbals, and we recorded the album with no cymbals. And now I love the kit that I have. I think it's perfect for what we do, and I know it inside out, and there's a lot more potential with it still to come. And so I'm unaware of how weird it is, really, because I'm used to it. But people talk about it all the time, Really? Yeah, like.
Oh, I thought I noticed something really special.
Well, no, I mean,
you did notice something pretty special.
Yeah,
there's not many drum kits, drum setups like that.
As far as I can tell, there isn't. I've never met another drummer that plays with a kit that I use. But it's just happened like that. It's lucky, very cool as well.
Well, thank you very much.